What's up, everybody? Josh or Miho here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an EP review to do for you, and I'm going to be talking to you about the new EP from the band The Body, entitled Master We Perish. This is released on At a Loss Recordings. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they're based out of Portland, Oregon, originally based out of Providence, Rhode Island. And the best way to describe the sound of this band would be a very nihilistic, crazed style of sludge metal mixed with some elements of doom, a little bit of industrial, some avant-garde. I mean, this is one of those bands that definitely aren't afraid to create new boundaries and create something incredibly unique and different with their style and sound. I first got introduced to this band back in 2010 with their second album, All the Waters of the Earth Turn to Blood. I honestly thought this was one of the craziest records I'd ever heard, considering the kind of music styles that were displayed on this record. I mean, you had the inclusions of samples and choir vocals and laced in between some incredibly distorted riffs, crazy drums, some insanely terrifying vocals. I mean, this was something completely unique and different, and I really enjoyed this album a lot, and it piqued my interest into what this band had to offer. Of course, they had a very unique kind of discography. They also had a self-titled debut that came out back in 2004. I know that recently got reissued, and they did a collaborative album in 2011 called Nothing Passes, something completely different and out of the box for them. They're one of those kinds of sludge metal bands, but I think they excel at doing something completely different. And now we have the latest EP offering from this duo. It's only 3 tracks, and it clocks in at around 18 minutes in length. And definitely, with the 3 songs that are included on this album, you are in for what you would normally expect from The Body if you're familiar with this band's style of work and overall sense of madness and urgency. I mean, take the opening track, The Ebb and Flow of Tides in a Sea of Ash. You hear a siren at the very beginning of that song. Then you get some pretty pulsating kind of drum styles. Then you get to the distorted riffs. It's just a crazy, maniacal kind of song, and it's honestly one of the shortest song on here. It's probably no less than 3 minutes in length, but still, so much gets accomplished with that one track. It's just crazy the kind of style and sense of urgency you hear on that opening track. It's something different. Then you get to the track, The Blessed Lay Down and Writhe in Agony. You get, for the first couple of minutes of the song, you get acquainted with some beautiful, harmonious choir singing, followed by some unique kind of programming, some programmed drum beats. I want to say that's what I think it sounds like. It starts off very calm and peaceful. Then you get to the shrieking, painfully evil-sounding vocals that make up the next part of the song. Then it takes a shift and becomes something a lot more dirge-like, something more twisted. The drums start to show up and become a lot more add a lot more power to the song's ebb and flow. And I think it's definitely unique. And of course we get to the final track, Worship, which basically is a big amalgam of noise. Just a lot of crazy distorted guitar work, solidly methodical drums, and some conversations going on. That's where the sampling aspect of this band comes in. You get some unique kind of samples, very distorted, almost conversation quality style of stuff. It pretty much blends in for the 9.5 minutes that you hear of that track. But yeah, you're going to get 3 unique and crazy kind of songs. I mean, the riffs are incredibly distorted and wild. I love this guitar tone. It's definitely audible, definitely well played. I loved it. The drums, when they do showcase themselves, the drums are very, very powerful, very hard-hitting. Nothing flashy about them. They serve their purpose with this EP, and it's definitely something very impressive. And of course, the vocals, This guy sounds like he's in an asylum. He is in a straitjacket in an asylum, and he is screaming and wailing in agony. And this vocal style, I don't know how some others may see or view it, but I think it's something very special, and it definitely fits this band's musical style justice. The vocals are just monstrously insane, almost frightening at times, but I love that. So this is another really good example of this of the style of music that the Body play. They make music that is very boundary pushing, and definitely Master We Perish is another example of how they get the job done. So again, the EP is Master We Perish by The Body. This is released on Adalos Recordings. Go check it out if you're a fan of this band, and I'm going to give this an 8.5 out of 10. Really awesome stuff, and it's only making me look forward to the next full length from these guys. So support The Body. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks all for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel, and until the next time, Armijo out.